Welcome back to our new protocol smart contract series. Today we are learning about loops, powerful tools that let your smart contracts repeat action automatically. We'll explore for and while loops and see how to use them in near. Loops let you repeat code multiple times without writing the same things over and over. Think of them like instruction for doing something repeatedly, like check each user or process all transactions. These are two main types of loops in Rust. First is a for loop. Use them when you know exactly what do you want to repeat, like going through a list of users. Let's write a function. We'll write how to calculate compound interest years and u32. And we want to return u64. Now that's also will be use. Okay, now mutable amount, and let's be 1000. Let's write our loop. First it should be some variable. Let's will be year. Now write diapason between 1 and until years equal. That means it's also include, and our amount equals amount plus amount divided by 10. So just 10% interest year per year. And let's write amount as a return variable. This repeats for each year from 1 to number of years. This. You can also control the step types. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, you can go by 2, 3 or any number. So to do this, we need to write like this, circle brackets, and step by, and let's be by 2. Now we have 10% interest per 2 years. So right now it counts by 2. Year 1, year 3, year 5. You can use, for example, step by 3, so it will be year 1, year 4, year 7, etc. The second one loop is while loops. While loops keep running as long as a condition is true. Use them when you don't know exactly how many times to repeat, or when you're waiting for a condition to be met. Let's write this function. Let's be, for example, distributor words. Distributor words will be mutable, available funds, and u64 will return also u64. So let reward per user is 50. And our loop, we write while available funds is more or equal than reward per user. So in this case, we just write available funds minus reward per user. And also let's write how many users will get reward. So users rewarded, right now it's 0, and here just write +1, and let's return users rewarded. So these loops continue while there's enough money for another reward. It keeps distributing right now like 15-year rewards until there are not enough left. Here another example how we can use the while. It's using our compounds that we learned from previous lesson. So for example, fund should be more than reward per user, and users rewarded also must be less, for example, less than 10. Some important safety tips for you. Loops can be dangerous in smart contracts if they run too long and use too much gas. Here are some safety practices. First is limit your loops. For example, in the for, we have a years that we know that when it will be stopped. So in the while, when it's no limit, try to find to set a maximum number of iteration to prevent gas issues. Also, you always should have exit conditions, so to prevent infinitive loops that will crash to your contract. Let's write an example here. So if, for example, user rewarded equals 7, so we just break our loop. So use break to stop the loop as soon as you find what you need to save gas. So let's interact with our smart contract. First we need to deploy our contract. We choose as read only. Here just write years. And let's write, for example, just 4. So you can see it's just 2 years because we have step 2. So it's year 1, 3, and that's all. So just 2 cycles. And yeah, it's correctly. Let's test another function, distribute rewards. Is also read only because we don't change any struct in our contract. Let's be 500. Testnet, no. Yeah, it's return 7 because we have a break here. So that's why it's return 7. So if, for example, we set a less number, it will return less users than 7. So that's loops in near smart contracts. We learned about for loops for going through collections, while loops for conditional repetition, and important safety practices to avoid gas issues. Loops are powerful tools for protecting data, but always use them carefully in blockchain applications. Next time we'll explore match and enums in smart contracts. Subscribe for more new tutorials and drop your questions in the comments. See you next time.